I can see why people are annoyed with Nicole, especially people from the vegan community on YouTube, I know. What people aren't taking into account is why she's saying these things, why she feels this way, why she feels the need to shout about this so loudly. And I really thought about this for a while. And I watched the video for a couple of times, and I've watched a couple of reactions to it. And and I didn't let myself be distracted by what she's saying, and I just kind of studied her face. I looked at her, and I looked at the emotion in her eyes, because I think the eyes don't lie. And if you just isolate her eyes and not look at anything else, they're incredibly sad eyes. And there's got to be something going on there in order to look that way and behave that way and speak that way about people who are just trying to help the world. I'm not saying this to be shady or to make fun of her or anything like that. I can see why people want to make fun of her, because she's saying quite mean things. But she deserves empathy, like everybody on the planet. She deserves the time of day for me to sit down and think about why she's saying this, why she wants to upset people like this. Because you can tell by looking at her eyes and her face, this isn't a joke. It can't be a joke. It just doesn't make sense. And I get what she's trying to do. She's trying to be edgy and clever and funny, and you know, I get that, and I see that, and I like comedy like that, but I can just tell if you look at her eyes. I suggest going and looking at it again, and just look at her gaze, and you'll see it. She looks like she's about to cry in a really serious way. Not that there's... She looks like she's about to cry, honestly. So I wanted to make this video to get people to think about why, and to think about what the kindest thing to do is. Because I so understand why people are angry with her. I really do. But you don't know what somebody's going through in order to say the things that they're saying. I remember being at a new college, starting at photography school, and the librarian was really mean to everybody. She was very fastidious, and you know, she had a tight bun, and she wasn't very forgiving in any way, and she was very short with everybody. And I remember coming into the library a couple of days after I'd met her, and she just hung up the phone. And she said, "That was the doctor. His blood count's okay. Thank you, God." And I saw her crumble into a million pieces. She didn't cry, but she kind of fell like a sack of rocks that was just... It was heartbreaking to see. And at that point, as the other people who worked at my college picked her up off the floor and, you know, kind of made sure she was okay, it taught me a lesson. Is that you don't know what somebody's going through. You don't. And you probably will never get the full story, because you don't, even if you know them, you're not going to get the full story. So without any agenda, without any bullshit, without any sarcasm or ill intent, I want to say, Nicole, are you okay?